Welcome along, F1 Clash Schumi event, right here, right now. It's qualifying from the main account. Welcome along. Hope you're all doing well, and fingers crossed you enjoy this video. We're going full straight speed into Champions event on the main account. Please do let me know down below in the comments which GP you are entering this week. Are you going Junior, Challenger, Contender, or are you going into Champions? Please do let me know. We're getting straight into then the qualifying round. Obviously, strategy guide was released yesterday for you, so hopefully you've gone and watched that and you're going to go and do the strategies that I'm going to follow today. Now, we are entering the Champions GP, and first up we have a circuit which is Spa, and that Spa track is in the dry. It is 0%. Features Fernando Alonso, 20% boost. That's the driver that we're going to be using, and we're going to partner him up today, or at least the first race, with Lewis Hamilton for that race start. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to hope for the best, and then we're going to try and grind out a good set of scores. So I could use a different driver. I could use someone like Norris and get that plus 16 qualifying with a little bit less tyre management, a little bit less race start. Race start is key, but this circuit, I know, is an absolute pain in the backside. So I think I'm probably I was tempted to use Hamilton. I'm going to take away and go and use Norris. Race start, I'm going to be fine. The qualifying is what is key. I could even use Max but you know what? I'll be absolutely fine, I feel. So I'm going to go these two. I'm going to bottle it. I'm going to use Norris and Alonso with our 303 speed for race number 1. So let's get this baby on the way, shall we? Let's kick off with race number 1, and let's see if we can score good points at the circuit of Spa and the home of Eau Rouge. So an instant matchup then. We're racing early. We know we're going to get a lot of real players because we're racing so early, and that doesn't surprise me one bit. So straight in with a difficult matchup. This rival is ahead on the team score. Remember, we don't need to score 188 points these days, but we are going to at least try our very best and see if we can come away with the points. So P12, P13 for Alonso and Norris. We're going to go on the softs. We're going to go on to Street Shark. We want to get that race start where possible. And now it's time to get ready to rumble in the jungle. We're off to Spa to see if we can score them points. 47 would be beautiful. It's going to be difficult against this real player though, as it always will be. But can we put the right strategy, the right setup and drivers together? So, all about the race start. Let's do this. Copper and Street Shark for the rival. And now we kick off. Alonso gets stuck. Not the greatest of starts. Look at Norris not getting away well. We put Norris in. That has backfired a little bit because he's only P13. So P13 and P9. It's not the best start in the world, but copper boost for the rival. That might help us claw him back later on. Alonso into P8 now. And Norris has got through into P8 and P9. So Norris has earned his way back a bit as a nice sweeping left and right hander puts us into P5 and P9. So good first lap, I'm going to call it. P1 is getting away though, so we do need to try and keep pushing as there's a triple overtake. Come on.
Now that is how you do it.
What a move by Fernando Alonso. And he gets himself already into P2 in this race. What a move. That was outstanding. Alonso into the lead. He is absolutely flying. We've cut down on Norris. I wanted to keep that rival behind while we gain some power unit. But sadly we can't. Can we re-get through here though? There's one. Oh, just can't get through into P6. So Alonso leads. Norris in 7th. We're going to keep on conserving. We're going to push into the final corner up until the first corner. Can we get a move done though? Into P6. Round the outside? No, we can't. So a little bit of trouble. And that means we're going to find it tough to get past the rival who is conserving power unit. And they have got nearly 40% power unit as well, as even with 303 speed, Perez all over the back of us on the soft tyres. So again, just going to keep on conserving. What is the gap? Not too far. Let's try and get through this big overtaking opportunity. There's one. And let's conserve back down again. So good little move up into P6. Alonso, we've managed that well into P1. And look at that power unit already, all the way up to pretty much full. Now, Rival ran out of tyres on Norris there. We've got the last pit box. Can we get out ahead? No, he's got quicker pit time, which is interesting. So, medium tyres now for the Rival. That opens it up a little bit. Can we get a move done? We're going to go early here, because medium tyres could slow us up. And again, we just can't get past with Norris. We've got to be flying past that car. Got to be. On the soft tyres. Now we get through. But damage has been done a little bit. A good move past Piastri here would be nice. Thank you. And now the Rival is pushing again. But he's stuck behind. So Alonso is going to be into P1. We're going to slow him down. Norris is going to be into P5. He'll take P4. Rival is pushing hard, but on the mediums. So who we got to catch? I don't think we're going to catch Leclerc on the softs. I think that's a goner. I generally think that is a goner already in race 1. But we're going to try. We're going to at least get P3. There is P3. We are going to keep pushing though. You never know. We've still got 1 lap to go. And we can just keep conserving down all the time. I mean, there's no point me holding Alonso. Might as well push him. Because he has absolutely bolted. Where is the Ferrari? There he is. Can we catch him? We're only just behind. We've got what looks to be a speed advantage. But that car is fast. Up the hill of Eau Rouge. Down the straight we go. Out of sight, though, for the Ferrari so far. We're going to try and close up right here. We're going to run out of power unit, but we're right behind. We're going to give it into this section here. Can we get a move done? Or is it too late? It might be too late. We're right behind him, though. It's P2 versus P3. We're going to push, though. Last corner. Is there an opportunity for the 47? There isn't. It is 46 points from the very first race in Champions GP for this circuit of Spa. And I tell you what, I'm going to take the 46 because this track can be very tough. So, I mean, a little better start with Norris. Might have seen us a little bit different. I think if Leclerc would have gone to mediums, we would have got him back. But you know what? I'm going to take the 46 points. No problem at all. And let's see what the Rival was running first of all. So they were quicker. I think they had free air to push at times. Level 6 on the drivers. And yes, they went for a more balanced setup. 223 on the speed with more balanced on the cornering and the power unit. We were out-qualified, but we wasn't outscored. So off to race number 2. It's the track that absolutely haunts me all the time. I can never score well round here. So hopefully a 20% Alonso might actually help me this time around. We're off to Monaco, the beautiful streets of Monaco. We are looking like a real player here. Let me know if you've got a track which you just simply hate as well on the F1 Clash, because Monaco is mine. So we are going to go on to what is going to be a palm boost. I'm going to do the same for Alonso. Don't really need to because his tyre management is so good, but it's just going to give me so much more room to push when I need. So let's see what happens. Can we finally score 47 at Monaco? We're about to find out. Real player, like we said, taking a little bit longer to ready up, but it's time. Come on then. Can we score points? Big points around this circuit. Perfect start for Alonso and fast for Lando. And getting off to the first corner. Up the hill we go. Alonso is P8. Norris is P12. Would like some more progress from these two though. And you can see, here goes Alonso up the inside, up to P5. Norris hasn't had a great start. This is what I was concerned about. He's only P11. That is frustrating. Alonso, meanwhile, is in to P3. And now we get back up to P10 with Norris. Difficult start, especially with tyres. Norris is going to have to be careful. Norris, can we get past Piastri? Not quite. So now it's about conserving these tyres as we go up the hill for the second time. Might have to be a medium stint on the back for Norris. He is defending well, though. You can see he's just behind Piastri and co. He's not a million miles away, though, as we conserve going under the tunnel to the Nouvelle chicane. Alonso are left on conserve. Not sure why. Let's try and push Norris a little bit more. Let's try and get that position back. And again, we shouldn't have let Verstappen past us. Although Norris has moved up to P8. So Norris is doing okay. Alonso's got more room to push. But I could have done with that position back though. Can we get that position back? Alonso versus Verstappen. What a battle that entails to be. And there he is, back into P2. It has cost us a little bit, though, of time. But we'll try and catch him back up. Norris is struggling a little bit on the tyres. Hopefully inside line here, final corner. And it's not going to be. Piastri putting on the brakes big time for us here, which is annoying. Piastri being an absolute pain. So Norris is going to go to mediums because I just don't like Norris's tyre management. I think that Ferrari is already pitted as well. Charles Leclerc, he has. That just shows you how bad of a start. Norris hasn't got away with this as much as we would have liked. So as we go down to the Nouvelle chicane, everyone is pretty closely packed up though. You can see everyone is pretty much on soft tyres as well. So that is why it's been so hard to get through. Hopefully they might swing to some hard tyres now. As Alonso comes back out. He's got to catch some cars ahead of him though. As Norris comes back out. Where does he come out? 9th. With Alonso in 2nd. Big points needed. Told you this circuit never seems to do us well. And here we are again. Struggling round the streets of Monaco. Let's see if we can close on that hard tyre. And slow him down. That's what we've got to try and do. In this race. Can we? We'll keep pushing for a moment on Norris. We need some position gained. Here comes one on Sergio Perez. And we're through. And I think, to be honest, even if we get past the leader, I think the softs are going to be too quick anyway. To just pull away from him on conserve potentially. But mediums we did go to. A little bit of lag. But we survive. That hard tyre will definitely go 5 laps. Definitely. We are trying to close the gap all the time. See if we can now get past Leclerc. Final corner. Softs versus hards. Only one winner. Now we're going to cut down. See if we can just pack them up a little bit. Anybody still to pit? No, but everybody is on hard tyres. So this is open still for some more points. Alonso can not keep Leclerc. Look at that. Hard tyres versus the soft conserve. And we don't stand the chance. And now we've got to get back past again. Should be able to get past them easy. Surely. There we go. Into P1. Norris struggling to get past George Russell on those hard tyres. But we're now into P5. So we are going to score, well, I think 44 points at the moment with Carlos Sainz ahead of us. Alonso worked very well, very comfortable. Lando Norris being the issue. We kind of knew that would be the case. We need another strong second driver of defending wise. But you know what? If we could sneak P4 here, I'm going to wait until the swimming pool section to try and get Carlos Sainz, who's running a very, very valid race. Can we get him through the swimming pool section? We can't. Are we going to have some boost left for the final corner? No, we're not. It is going to be P1 for Fernando Alonso. P5 at Monaco for Lando Norris. And again, it is a track that we come slightly unstuck at. But you know what? 44 points I will take because we've scored a lot worse. It's just Lando Norris that we need to focus on. Alonso done it with ease. Absolute ease in the end. So 44 points. We'll show you what the rival was running. Real player taking cuppa. Big team score difference. Very unfair on the rival, I must say. Level 5 and level 4. That is a big team score difference. And look at that. 263. Bit of qualifying for the rival as well. But for us, there's not anything we can change. It is 44 points. So it doesn't look like in race 3, as we head off to Australia and Melbourne for a defending and power unit circuit, it doesn't look like we've got a real player. So the first 2 were real players, but we overcame that okay. And now race 3, it looks potentially like we are fighting a bot. But you never know, it could still be real, but we're in the wet of Australia. P12 and P17, Alonso and Norris are our go-tos. We're going to make sure we get that decent race start. We're going to use the Gladiator boost. It is a wet circuit, so a 4 wet, most likely. So here we go. Can we take points? 47 is a minimum. It is the maximum, but it is the minimum at a power unit circuit, because power unit circuits tend to be easier. And as we can see, pushing with a race start boost off the line, we have already made very good positions. It is P5 for Alonso, and it is P2. Look, this is why I tell you in the strategy guide, you have to use good race start boosts around here, and you need to push on lap 1, because already, by the time that we come to end lap 1 here in Melbourne, we have got Alonso leading the way, and we've got Lando Norris in third, about to become second, hopefully. Not quite. Can't get through yet on Leclerc. And now he does. Look at that. That is potentially job done already in this race. Everybody is going to follow similar strategies being a wet race. It's crucial that you prioritise a race start, because this circuit really does benefit some race start. And we've got a safety car. Safety car out then for the first time in GP this week in our qualifying round in race 3. If only we could have had that at a circuit like Monaco, or maybe even Spa at the start to aid us. But safety car is out, and it gives us a time to breathe, really. Now make sure that when you come and do this, that you have a safety car. Conserve your power unit. Make sure that you get that power unit topped back up to 100%, because you need it. It's a cheat. It's a cheat code, because if these help you, now you've got full attacking power again. As you can see, we're halfway. We're P1, P2. We know that AI don't have the ability to push, it seems, via power unit engine modes, although they do seem very quick at times. So this should still be straightforward. We don't need to pit. We can come back up to medium now. We can go to 5 laps. Will I? Probably will go 5 laps here. And maybe Norris or Alonso onto 4 as we get racing then. So off we go. Green flags. Session has resumed. I would like to see red flags and a restart from the grid positions again. I think that would be pretty cool, pretty unique. It would make it very interesting as well. So as we come down, look at the gaps that we've pulled already. Norris is going to have to pit. His tyre management is not the best, but he has pulled clear, which is good. So he'll come in for wets. We'll send Alonso round again, and you will see some of the AI go forward, because sometimes they extend their stint with a safety car. But Norris, tyre management a struggle to do the 5 laps. Is going to come out in P7. Alonso is kicked on as Norris gets P6. Conserve like we show you on the track map through this section, and then give it a push again as we come out of it and see if we can make them positions. They should all pit though this time round. Norris will get 4 laps, no problem here in Melbourne. So what we'll do is we'll just leave him to push over the line. We'll use up all this power unit, and then we will conserve down. So back to medium engine mode we are about to with Norris, like so. And then now, we shouldn't get another safety car. You can get 2 safety cars in a race, by the way, if you never had one before. But look at the gap we have got. We are well clear in P1 and P2 on lap number 7. So 2 laps to go, which includes this one that we're starting now. Let's give you some cinematic views then for this final 2 laps. Alonso leading the way from Norris. Looking pretty solid. And what we've got is a big gap to P3. Double Ferrari, P3, P4, Leclerc and Sainz. As we take the aerial view, look at the views as we take it all in. Coming around the final few corners to start the final lap then. As we start lap number 8. Alonso leading from Lando Norris. Power unit is always our benefit of a friend round these circuits. Hutch haven't got on top of the power unit levels just yet. So while that is the case, we're going to make the most of it because P1 and P2 is looking pretty solid right now. It's a job done. You can see P3 actually catching us. It is the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc who is reeling us in pretty quick, you know. But he's not going to come to hurt us because we're going to take victory here in Melbourne. It's going to be P1, P2. That Ferrari is quick, by the way. So be careful with that one. They were super quick, the Ferraris. But job is done for us. That's all that matters. 47 points. Job done. Rival, bot, P5 and P11 taking 34. So our first 47 points off the day. Bad matchup for that rival. Even though it was a bot, should be a closer matchup than that. And you can see we are 1.5 seconds quicker than the bot. We are 2.6 seconds quicker than the AI at a lap. That is crazy. Level 7s and a stronger setup as well. So here we go then. Our final race of qualifying sees us head to Japan, Suzuka, for the race start and cornering circuit. We have gone full cornering, 301 cornering. We have got Lewis Hamilton in, who is max level, and that's 20% Fernando Alonso. And we're going to be hoping for the dream start from both of them. Now, tyre management is good for both, so I don't really need to worry too much about tyre management boosts. So soft and mediums we're going to go for on the cuppa. Let's go. The final race of qualifying Champions GP for the main account. Can we get a good start? We need to come through these pack and look at Hamilton already with a race start of dreams. And I told you it is good. It hasn't been as good actually as it could have been. Usually you can absolutely fly into the top 5 from that start. Now we're going to leave these pushing because there is still room to make overtakes. You can see we're up to P7 as we come up to the crucial hairpin. And we are currently now in P6 and P8. The rival in P4. How have they managed that one? Very surprised that the rivals managed a P4, P3 position out of this start because they've got quite a lot of lower team scores. So I'm very surprised that they've managed to get that high. Here comes Alonso though, down into P7. Hamilton now into P3. So we are kicking on. Looks like because we've gone full corner, we have a very, very strong pace. Now with the rival pushing, we're going to try and keep up. And you can see Alonso absolutely flying through as we get a double overtake. Again, Hamilton into the lead then, does it with ease. And he is now P1. Fernando Alonso with his 20% plus tyre management this week is in P5. He's going to be super quick at the end, by the way. Super quick. As now, we can just conserve power unit. As a bot, I expect that this rival will go to hard tyres from P2. So we should be able to catch him no problem at all. I do expect him to go soft to hards. As many men go soft to hard. You never know. But, let's see. Alonso 4th. He is closing the gap. Hamilton has got good power unit levels. Nearly 50% by the time he pits. And you can see the rival can't really catch up though on the softs. Alonso keeping pace. He's up to 40% now. As Hamilton enters the pits. Look at the tyres. Makes Japan easy on tyres for Alonso. And it's mediums. Mediums for the rival. Kind of shocked. I thought they would go to the hard tyres. But they haven't. So Alonso, we can probably push. Let's try and get the overcut done on Fernando. Where is the rival? The rival is in a bit of traffic, which is good. They are currently P7, getting a bit stuck. And that is what we want to see, because Alonso is in clear air. Could conserve down here. I'm just going to push, because we're going to be so quick on these soft tyres anyway. As here goes Hamilton, as he comes into the final chicane. And we're through into what will be now P1. Alonso is exiting the pits, and we are behind P2. Now, we've got to do some power unit saving here, because that Alonso is going to use some power unit at the end. They have dropped to position now, that down to P4. But we do need to just get some power unit back, because Norris will pit. Oh my god, look at these all over the back of us. We definitely need power unit here. We need to have ability to fight off this Fernando Alonso, by the way, very quick, as Norris comes back through. That's good for us, because they're fighting, they're losing time. So down the straight we go. Already we're back onto 41%. Rivals at about 55 though. So we just want to cover this off. Norris is going to pit. I'm not too concerned about Lando Norris. Although we are very fast. We are losing time now. And the rival just trying to get past. Up to 60%. So we should be good. Rival's going to struggle to do 4 medium as well. Here. But Hamilton has started the final lap. Mediums are absolutely fine. We are starting the final lap on 80% power unit. We just got to push the trigger, and it's game over, ladies and gentlemen, in this race. We are just conserving. Well, now we're good to go. We're going to push all the way. Rival is there in P4 now. He's lost out to what looks to be Lewis Hamilton, who's usually very quick around this track. But we're going to end this race. We're going to end this qualifying session on some big, big points. Lewis Hamilton is going to take victory in Japan to please the crowd. Fernando Alonso, who has been dominant throughout this qualifying round, now comes home in the end for a nice and easy P2. We had the power unit waiting to go. And Fernando Alonso in this 20% is going to be a bit of a problem for everybody. He is a beast. But where did Fernando Alonso AI come? Only 11th. That's very strange. Very, very strange. But Fernando Alonso plus 20% equals a beast. He is easy. He is quick. And that is what we want to see. 47 points from race number 4. We have smashed it. And I think I'm fairly happy with the scoring. Bad matchup for the rival bot. You can see second a lap quicker than the rival. Level 7 Alonso. Level 2 Schumacher. Level 2 Schumacher. Probably bringing that team score down a little bit potentially. That's why. And the car, well, actually, there you go. So we saw this rival with a big team score drop. You can see it's about 29 team score difference. But actually, it's because of that Michael Schumacher inclusion. Obviously, with the 20% as well. So that is the only reason, because their car was only 2 stats lower. So in the end, it's a very similar car setups. But we managed to take victory. We hold off Fernando Alonso. What a driver. Job done for qualifying round. It is Champions GP completed for the main account. We have got P1 at the moment, very early days, and that sees us sit on 184 points. We drop points at Spa in race number 1, which obviously can be a bit of a pain. That is the circuit which a good start is required. And then we drop points at Monaco. We know how bad Monaco is for me. If you've been here on the channel numerous times, you will know that I never get on well with Monaco, and that was the same today. 44 points from Monaco, 46 from Spa. And then rounding out with Australia and Suzuka, making an easy 47. So qualifying main account complete. Remember, our track rotations video has already been released today, so make sure to go and check that out if you want to find out what to run in the new Series 10, 11 and 12. Later on in the week, we're going to have the free-to-play account take on Champions GP again, so we'll bring you the qualifying round for them. We'll also have a NASCAR video out potentially tomorrow for qualifying on that event over on NASCAR Manager. And then on Friday, we'll be back for your weekend strategy guide. All things F1 Clash, you're in the right place as we go hunting for the famous P1 champions on both the main account and the free-to-play.